Hello everybody, it's Starrapter here. Welcome to another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Every week you can count on me to break it all down for you guys, from the comics to the novels to the TV series and to the video games. This week we had two new comics. First one I want to talk about is Star Wars number 34. So this one revolves around Starros and Lando Calrissian, and Starros enlists the help of Lando to help her basically trick all these crime syndicates and the Empire into giving her money for these crates of weapons that she's smuggled from the Hutts. So it is pretty neat seeing how they are just sneaking by making all this money. So getting into the things I enjoy particularly about this issue. First off, Starros is the star of this particular issue, and she does a great job of fooling everybody. She almost reminds me a bit of Dr. Aphra in a way, how she's able to skate past everything and really just be under pressure and handle herself very, very well. Another thing I like seeing is Coruscant in the Galactic Civil War. We haven't seen much of that as far as visually in the comics or in any of the movies. Well, actually, Rogue One showed us like a glimpse. So I do like seeing Coruscant under Imperial rule with all the stormtroopers walking around. The only thing I didn't really enjoy about this issue is Lando. I mean, he didn't really feel like he needed to be there. Kind of like how he was in Star Wars Rebels Season 1. And there was really no point to him. There's really not any point to Lando other than being absolutely flabbergasted at how, Sana's pulling off all these tricks. So that is what I thought of Star Wars number 34. So Star Wars number 35 coming out, I believe, in 2 weeks is going to revolve around Chewie and Han. So it seems like we're having this kind of pattern where every issue of Star Wars is going to be kind of a one-shot of a duo of characters, kind of like how the previous issue we had of Luke and Leia, which I really enjoyed. So the next comic we have is Poe Dameron number 18. This is War Stories Part 2. So last we left off, we have a two-pronged approach to the story here. We have Poe Dameron and Stapp Wexley. They're going after Adi-Mundi, who supposedly betrayed them and led the attack on their squadron from Agent Terex. And we also have the other storyline going around with Carrie, I believe her name is, just Pava, and Suralinda, who are trying to gain favor for the Resistance by going out and exposing the First Order to make them look very dangerous and oppressive like the Empire. So they're going out, getting recon, because Suralinda is sort of like a journalist, so that is her thing. She's getting this holocam, and they're filming basically this village that's being oppressed by the First Order for resources that the First Order needs, that they know is there because the Empire had records there. Some kind of Thorline, I think it's called. So they're trying to do that. Turns out that they have to make a decision between saving these people or getting good footage of them getting killed. So they have to make that moral decision. On the other side, you have Poe Dameron and Stapp Wexley, who are trying to track down Adi-Mundi. And they do later find out that Adi-Mundi was the one that was actually, he was pretty much put it up to the First Order to be the spy for the Resistance, so that, because they had his wife hostage and he had to do it to save his wife. So talking about the things I liked in this issue of Poe Dameron, I want to talk about the hard moral choices that, is becoming of Suralinda, Jess, and Carrie. They have to really risk the thought of having a couple people die and having the whole world know, or the whole galaxy rather, know about the First Order, or they're going to just kind of save these people and not have the evidence. So it's up to them. It's like, sacrifice a couple lives, or they're the Resistance, they're going to save them. What do? They end up saving these people, or at least trying to, and then they all get stunned, and then they're kind of going to be interrogated in a little bit. And another thing I do enjoy is how Poe Dameron's character is finally starting to get some development. He's finally starting to become, thinking about his decisions and about how Adi-Mundi is a traitor, but then they found out he isn't, and then he's thinking about, how the high command of the Resistance, like General Leia, has to figure out what to do with this situation, and about how I don't really want that kind of responsibility. And, well, that's kind of what's becoming of his character, and I think in The Last Jedi, this is going to translate very well, because we've already found out from the Entertainment Weekly article that, Poe Dameron is being kind of the surrogate son of General Leia. He's kind of being groomed almost to be a leader of the Resistance after she is gone. So really cool seeing that connectivity now between Poe Dameron and what's going on in the movies. And finally, the one little thing I spotted, which was pretty cool, was seeing the use of a GR-75 transport that's carrying Adi-Mundi, who is being interrogated by Molaris, and it's pretty neat seeing a lot of these older vehicles from the original trilogy, like the Y-Wing that was in the last issue, appear in this one. So that is all we have in canon for this week, but next week you can look forward to Dr. Aphra Annual #1. So what did you guys think of these two issues, Poe Dameron number 18 and Star Wars number 34? Are you still reading the comics? Let's talk about it in that comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. There's plenty other content. I have lots of Star Wars unboxings I've been doing recently up to the upcoming Force Friday 2. Try to catch up on all my unboxings there. And I also have lots of gaming footage. I do lots of movies and TV, so make sure you subscribe if any of that sounds interesting to you, so you will be notified and it helps me out. So thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you always. So did you like the video? Then make sure you rate it a thumbs up, and if you did that, go over there, hit that Starrapter head so you subscribe to my channel. Doing so will keep you up to speed on all of my latest content, speaking of which you can see a couple of my recent uploads down below. I'm also on social media, so what are you waiting for? Let's start nerding out.